Hail the Barbarian Horde! Today I've got another comic book review for you all. This one is Titan Comics issue number 5 as they start a new arc. At the start, Conan's whining about time and how it devours all things, and we find him in a pub drinking his sorrows away because it's the thing to do. And I actually like the idea of them getting into a bit of the post-Bailet depression. Now, I agree with World of Conan, and we've had many talks about this, but how Bailet eventually would have turned on Conan, and it was inevitable. It was going to happen. She was already doing it. But that when she passed, she was redeemed, and that this is rather akin to Boromir when he passes in defense of Merry and Pippin. So that Bailet has one of the most beautiful arcs in the Hyborian Age, Legendarium. That said, to have Conan in a bit of a funk over it is actually something that I really do like. And from there, apparently Conan has hooked up and teamed up with a thief. Now, where I kind of get a little unsure about things is in regards to the plot of slipping in and stealing a treasure, with Conan basically having to hide among some corpses alongside his companions from the Thieves Guild. The trouble is that Conan agrees to this quest far too quickly for just 10 crowns, which is rather cheaper than I would ordinarily think he'd go for. Bel is the god of thieves, so for Zub to use Bel as the debauched deity here seems a little weird, considering that I never thought of Bel's worshippers as debauched. Yeah, they're thieves, but it's not quite like how it's presented here, I guess. And on top of that, spoilers alert, once in the temple and having fought their way through, it is evident that we jumped straight back into the same plot from the previous story with the Black Stone, which was kind of the cause of a bit of the mess from last time. And the reason I'm going to complain about that Black Stone being used here is that I just think that maybe we should have gotten an arc between now and then. Because, sure, between that time period and the time of this story, it's been quite a few years for Conan. But for us, the readers, it was just a few weeks. In comic book terms, this is the immediate story afterwards. So that's really too soon. And I just can't agree with this decision creatively to immediately have the same story arc repeated, or at least to have the main object from the last story brought back in the next story. Now, I do like the idea of a Lord of the Rings type thing of this rock being a recurring item. I do like that. But I just think have maybe one or two stories in between now and then, and you slowly tie them together. You don't just immediately tie them together. So I have a lot of complaints here creatively about this rock showing up. Now, on the positive side, Conan is suitably afraid of it and is very nervous about it, quite reasonably so. And I really like the fact that we get a bit more of Conan's characterization. He's sullen, he's drunk, he's not happy. He lost his first love. That's going to affect anyone. And he's having to go through with a mission that he really doesn't want to. But then he's also seen this rock before, years ago, and is terrified of it because he knows what it, or at least suspects what kind of damage it could do. So, and there's something malicious about it that just gives off a nasty vibe. But the moron who is one of the powers behind, or pushers behind this raid, is very keen on it. That aside, the characters this issue are not all that compelling compared to the last story. The thief girl is just already into Conan. I don't even know who she is. And I really don't care. We didn't see her introduced to Conan. So why not just have Conan drunk and she approach him for the first time? Where we see how the two meet and we see the poor condition Conan is in after the loss of his beloved Baelit. This just jumps straight into the middle of a story which has me just going, I have no idea who half these people are. And I don't even know if Conan knows who they are. As to the art, it's mostly good, but why doesn't Conan have eyebrows half the time? Seems like the artist forgets that Conan's supposed to have eyebrows. Honestly, this issue, if I had to rate it, is I guess a 1. The beginning and ending are pretty good, but everything in the middle is just, why is it even here? This is not a solid comic issue. The previous story, the previous 4 issues, were really good. Honestly, this is a massive drop in quality overall. I'm hoping issue number 6 will pick up where issue 5 dropped the ball. And if you disagree with me, that's fine. Let me know in the comment section. And don't forget to smash that like and that subscribe button as though you were Conan smashing his enemies to itty bitty pieces.